Hello to our listeners! Welcome to our COMMwentuhan Season 3,
Episode 3, and today's episode is titled Sana May Pause Button,
Burnout Chronicles. So before we formally begin, I would like first to introduce myself. So I am Jiellan Halasan, a third-year communication student.
And I am Kristel Balala, a BA second-year student.
Okay, so today we'll be sharing our personal experiences or even our own stories that I believe that many of us can relate to, and that is burnout.
And for that, we will start with a question, and that is, have you ever wished in life to have a pause button, of time to pause and basically rest your mind and your body for a while?
Yes, and if you've felt it, I believe you have felt it also. So stay relaxed and just listen. So, Kumare, I would like to tell you a story of mine that I have felt on to the verge of burning out. So actually, that time was when I joined a beauty pageant in our city. And yeah, as we all know, when you join a beauty pageant, you are really exposed to different kind of people, different kind of audiences, and it's really quite hard. At the same time, it was fun, it was fun. Yet after that pageant, I have resulted also to burning out. Maybe because with all the energy that I have put into that pageant, with all the exposures, with all the social gatherings, I have resulted to burn out because maybe I am drained, and at the same time my social battery went down. And also with that, it is really quite a hard job balancing my academics with my pageantry. So yeah, with that, I can really say that I have resulted to burn out. So what about you, Kumare? Have you ever felt the same way that I do?
Well, for me, my burnout is more on the academic side. And that is also because, like, for the longest time, I have tried to maintain high grades, and that is because for me, it's like it shows to me that I can actually be something more. And it's also because I like to learn a lot. Like, for me, knowledge is a very fun pastime to have. And for that, when it comes to studying for, like, if anything, it's not even about like before quizzes and all, like on the general of just studying. I go on and beyond. Like, when I read materials, I put my energy into it, and usually that results into me, like, somehow it makes me more, I guess, like, drained, because after I put all of this energy into, like, studying and learning, my mind kind of, like, is more of, like, it's tired of processing a lot of things, that after that I just feel unmotivated to do other things. And that is also a problem if I like one subject over another. I would first, like, prioritize this subject, and then after that, after putting all of my energy into one subject, I can't put my all
Focus.
to my focus to another subject, because I have already, like, exhausted my reserves for one subject, that I can't focus on another, and that results me into, like, after that I just procrastinate, or like
Cramming.
yes, sometimes, or like, if anything, it's just a cycle of interest, and, like, I guess that.
It's kind of draining also, but yeah, I believe that we should be able also as students to balance well our time and also our, our emotions, because life or the world cannot wait for us to go on. The world keeps going on, so it is it is upon us how we can cope up with these stressors.
And so with that, after you have shared your experience, what are the signs that you have noticed when you're like on the verge of a burnout?
During that time, the signs that I really noticed was that I was really exhausted. At the same time, I was really, irritable. And at the same time, I was on the verge of withdrawal. Like, every time my friends asked me to go out, I just snooze out, and then I make reasons to isolate myself during that time. I don't know. I really wanted to be like isolated or just being by myself, and yeah, with all the backlogs also in my head, as an SK secretary also, and duties as a student, there were piled up of files or assignments that I really needed to do within that week. So yeah, I was really irritated easily, and I was really like snoozing out to everybody. So, to our audiences and also to us, what do you think are the things that we should take into account in order to cope up with burnout?
Oh, for me, it's like you should set boundaries, like especially to yourself, and you don't just go instant gratification and all of that. Like if you want something, you want it instantly. Like you should set boundaries that, especially like if you want something and you also have like tasks that you need. For example, with that is for me, like I want to study. At the same time, I have this like video on YouTube that I want to watch. So
It's
my
like
mind is like split apart. Like, do I watch or do I study? And then with that, like my mind tells me like I should like take time, like pause for a moment, like I should study first because it turns out that I have a quiz the next day. So this video should be like done later, and I still have time. And so with you, Kumaring, since you have already asked me how I cope with my academic burnout, how about you? How do you usually cope with your academic burnout?
With me having my academic burnouts and also my social burnouts, because I really have an active social life also, I believe that in that moment I realized that I should really learn how to rest, to pause, and also to come back to my support system. Because as we all know, support systems are the ones whom we can hold on to on the hardest parts of our life. So what is their purpose of being there if we are stopping ourselves to go to them or like to open up to them?
It's also too important to remember that when you are burnt out, you should also like pay attention to yourself, that your self-esteem shouldn't be affected by that your mindset shouldn't develop to a point that you think that you're a failure because you burnt out on one thing. And that means it's like your body just sings to you that you need to breathe. Like right now, you need to like pause.
Take a moment. Sometimes it's quite helpful also to go out, to see the world outside rather than isolating yourself. Overall, I have really learned a lot of things in this session. So with that taking into account, burnouts are real.
Yes, and then you shouldn't ignore the signs of burnout, and then what are the causes. Like, if anything, it's better to prevent it rather than to deal with the fallout.
As what we have always said, it's better to prevent
than to suffer the fallout.
Yeah, I like that, Kumare. So yeah, just remember, Kumare, and all the audiences, that having burnouts is not a form of failure, but rather it's just a part of being human. And we should be gentle to ourselves.
Yes.
Be gentle to the people around us also, because I believe that the only pressure that can hurt us is the pressure that we have within ourselves. So I hope that with this podcast, you guys have learned something new, and you can be able also to apply all of the concepts that we have shared,
Yes.
with all the tips and also the signs that you have to notice also.
And so with that, this is the end of our talk, and stay tuned to the next episode.
Yeah, so yeah, that's it. So that's another video. See you around.